Volatile stock markets often remind me of an experience I had in Denver one day when I was doing some flight training. I was up with my instructor, and when you flight train, they try to put you through scenarios where emergencies happen to see how you respond or if you do the right things at the right time. So I was up with my instructor, and he reached up on the overhead console and he turned off the power to the airplane. Now, if you're aware, a turbine-powered airplane will run just fine without power in the cabin, and so everything in the cabin went dark. My computer screens, and my plane is very high-tech, so it's run by computers. My computer screens all went blank, and I had nothing to guide myself on other than a couple of old standby instruments over here. And as far as direction, there was what we call a whiskey compass up on the console. Now, a whiskey compass is one of those old kinds that sits in a bubble of water, basically, and just rotates magnetically. If you've ever tried to fly an airplane on a whiskey compass, it can be very challenging. I was coming into Denver, and the air traffic control were giving me vectors, head to heading 210 degrees, turn to 190 degrees. And as I turned, this whiskey compass would bobble and move like a bobblehead, and trying to stay on that heading with that compass was very, very difficult. And I found myself going back and forth, trying to keep up with this compass. And finally, my instructor, he said to me, he says, Dan, you're making it too hard. Get a setting on the compass, and when you have it set on the heading that you want, look out your windshield at something in the distance, a mountain peak, a lake, a big building, something that's straight out in front of you, and then fly towards that, and don't worry about the compass. Well, I did that, and then no more was I chasing this little compass back and forth, but I was looking out at the distance and flying towards it, and it made it very, very easy. And then when they gave me a new heading, I would turn to that heading on the compass and then again find a distant object to focus on. I think investors would do very well to learn that same lesson. We see markets going up and down in these crazy movements, volatile movements on a day-to-day basis. If investors would just look out into the distance, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, if you're younger, 10 or 20 years down the road, and focus your investment and your investing portfolio on a goal that's far out in the distance, and then move towards that goal, whether it be flying an airplane or managing a portfolio. If you can find a spot out in the distance that's a fixed location and fly towards it, you'll be much better off. This is Dan Weisen with Common Sense Investing from St. George, Utah.